Good morning, everybody. As far as I know, we are live. Another day in the big mango, the cock. Now, today is Thursday, February 3rd, and I only say that because I have to remind myself what day it is. Good morning, Dalo. Good morning to all. Sawadee Cup to all. It's February 3rd, a Thursday. It is 9 a.m. today, starting a little bit later than recently. And there's a few things to talk about. Just a little bit of news. News is changing every day here. I mean, some days we have really slow days, and sometimes we have busy days. Yeah, you know. There's a few things to talk about. That are happening and that have happened. So, yeah, we should have. I've got a couple of articles here to go over. Appreciate everybody watching. I'm sure some more people will come in as time goes by here. For now, it is partly cloudy outside. 33.19 to the dollar right now, which is a little bit stronger than in the past, earlier in the week. Air quality is 76, which is moderate. 81 degrees, high 91, low 76. Feel like temperature is 87. Humidity 82%, winds to the west 6 miles an hour, and it will be in the low 90s all week, so it is definitely getting hot. And with the humidity, it's going to be 95 to 100 all week, and in the coming months it's just going to get a little bit hotter. So let's see here. Carlos, how you doing? Just so you know, today we are at Starbucks in Bangkok. We're not in another Starbucks. We're not in Rangsit. And today we have some guy working here. Actually, his name is Yon. I saw the guy and I'm like, what the hell? It's not the manager? And Miss Beer, she's here. So there you go. You know what I gotta do? Hang on a second, guys. And I am going to do this more and more, but let me go over this here. So today we're gonna talk about how Thailand is preparing for the mad rush to the country, which I kind of think is funny. And now hotels are tasked with booking and verifying people within 30 hours, or the registration will be automatically rejected. Also, Thailand is joining in on the rush for virtual banks, which I'm not even sure what that really means. What else do we have? Okay, we got an opinion piece by a Thai about how Thailand's government is in need of an overhaul, which I kind of agree, but I don't know. You overhaul it, you might get something even worse. And then one more thing is tourism tax. How does Thailand compare with other countries? Which you might be surprised about that. I don't know. To me, it's not about the money. It's not about how much it is when it comes to this tax. It's more about what more are you getting? And that's kind of what, and people who have come here all the time, I think they feel like they're pushed to the limit already. Well, that's one bank, one person. That could happen anywhere. seriously. That's just that whole incident. I mean, really. Yeah, it happens. How many banks have had fraudulent activity in the United States? How many banks there have gone under and screwed people out of their money? So really, this is something that's, I hate to say it, it's relatively small. It doesn't happen very often. And it happens elsewhere, so you take it with a grain of salt. And I hate to, if it was my money, I'd be pissed. But not to downplay it, but I think you just need to look at it and keep it in perspective. Chuck and I have been talking. We're like, he's like, you should name the stream the Bang Stream. And I'm like, nah, I don't think I like that. Then I'm like, how about Me, My Stream, and I? And he's like, maybe. And I'm like, what about the Malin Perspective? I'm trying to come up with all these names because I don't really like the espresso in the morning. But, whatever. Anyway, I did put up a little video this morning in case you don't know. The bum gun tutorial. Little 1-minute tutorial about how to use the bum gun. Patia Bob, hey, how you doing? I talked about that yesterday, about the taxi. One guy reported the taxi for charging 600 baht for like a 20-minute drive, and in Phuket it's horrible, man, when it comes to that kind of thing. And the Grab drivers and the Bolt drivers, and I don't know if there's any driver, but these paid drivers, they're scared of the taxis because of the taxi mafia, which is just, to me, it's like, why, the only reason the police allow it is because the police must be getting money. They wouldn't allow it if they weren't getting something. And that's one reason I did not want to, good morning, Mr. Mitch. That's one reason I did not want to move to Phuket. I applied for a job there, and luckily the paper I was applying for is no longer in business. But I applied for a job and I made it to the final 2, and then the guy goes, we're really sorry we picked the other guy. And I was like, okay, that's all right, no problem, because I didn't really want to move there. And one of the reasons was I didn't want to deal with that shit all the time. And I could have just bought a motorcycle, and then I'm like, knowing me, I'll be hauling ass around some corner and I'll run into a truck or something, and that'll be the end. So, anyway, before I get into this, I have to say, I debated today about making this a members-only video. I didn't think it was special enough. And I've done the subscribers-only videos, and that's fine. For most people, that's fine. It's only the trolls that have a problem with it, and that's fine too. I don't really give a shit what they like. I got a message today from some guy who said, oh, I didn't know you swung that way, mate, because he saw me with Nicholas in my room. And I'm like, ew, what the hell's your problem? If you watch the video, maybe you know he's my son, you idiot. Anyway, so I was gonna do a members-only video, but I decided not to. I think the best way to do it is give a little advance notice. Like tomorrow will be a members-only video. So if you're not a member of the channel, which is a whopping $1.99, then you're not allowed to comment in the chat. Dude, what the hell business is it of anybody's in this stream about what he is doing? If you want to report him, that's on you. Otherwise, don't bring that shit on my fucking channel. All right? Thank you very much there, Aaron. Appreciate that. Let's see here. I don't care. That's none of my fucking business, pal. And it's none of yours, really. And if you want to do something about it, go ahead and do something. But don't ask my subscribers to do it, all right? I'm asking you nicely. Keep that shit out of here. I have nothing to do with him, okay? And neither the people in my stream have nothing to do with it either. So mind your own fucking business. And don't bring it into my stream, okay? You want to report them, that's on you. Go ahead, do it. Other than that, piss off. Fine guy. Well, thank you, Aaron. Well, of course, this guy made his channel 3 days ago. Fucking douchebag. You're banned. Get out of here, you fucking twat. There's two sides to every story. Believe me. And you know, that's the thing. What the fuck do I care about it? File that under I don't give a flying fuck. Right, beer? Chima? Chima? Right? Yes? No? ไม่ได้พูดอะไรพูดลิ้นไม่ต้องเลยพูดลิ้นพูดเฉยๆ So I was just teasing her. I'm like, yeah, right? Like, you agree? And she's like, what? I gotta tell her, hey, my kid's got his own apartment now. Maybe you could go pay him a visit. He'd be like, what? I'm not fired up. I just don't feel like dealing with anybody's stupid shit. Fucking idiot, man. Look at he's scamming SATI. How do you know, half the time you do not have all the information. And even if the guy was, okay, so report him if it makes your fucking dick hard. Okay? Otherwise, get the fuck out of here with it, because none of us care. Fucking moron. Oh, God. I'm going to remove that. No dickweeds allowed. Anyway, all right. So, anyway, as I was getting going here, like I said, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and click the notification bell. I noticed that and maybe this is because I was telling people, don't even worry about the notification bell, but my numbers for the notification bell are lower than the average on YouTube. So less people click the notification bell. I guess maybe I shouldn't have said that. And then look down in the description. And there's a host of ways you can help support the channel. You can become a member of the channel by clicking that join button. You can send a PayPal, which is always appreciated. Get me a coffee or something. You can send a buy me a coffee through that link. You can send a CASHAPP. There's so many ways. You can buy a shirt. You can buy a book. You can buy something through you can buy You buy something through Amazon and I get a few pennies. But I'm not here, you know, the thing is I'm not here to make $1.59 a month. No offense. Like most people, they hope they prosper. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you guys a good show. I'm trying to take you guys around, and I am getting a bit bored with this shit, being at home and going out once in a great while to some coffee shop, or like yesterday to Rangsit. Now, before I get into the meat of the stream, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. You know, I went all the way. Originally, we went from our house to. Listen, I'm not saying screw the government, but you know, I mean, like, listen, the government screws us all the time. I'm not saying, I'm not, preaching, you should always go out and fuck the government. I don't like governments, period. So you can do what you want with the government, and it wouldn't bother me either way. But what does bother me is when you talk shit about somebody, and you're probably just some dickhead who, for whatever reason, doesn't like the person. And, so what? What does that fucking matter to us? I don't care. Why don't we concentrate on loving a little bit more? Can we just spread the love, show the love, instead of being a prick and worrying about what some guy is doing, or not doing? Show the love. Love, don't hate. She's busting her ass today over there. She's working hard. She's a hard worker. I don't know why they got the guy here, and he's doing the easy stuff, and she's over there busting her ass. Anyway, what I was going to say is that from the only reason that Nicholas has his own place and he doesn't even have a job yet is because he needs to go to school and it's a couple hours away. But more importantly, love a little, stop the hate. Well, Anyway, he's out there in Rangsit. If you go to like Future Park, Rangsit. And so it was like 496 baht one way. That means it's 1,000 baht a day. Okay. Patya Bob, you don't have to nitpick, all right? You get the idea. There are plenty of banks that fuck people. That was my point. Banks fuck people all the time. They fuck you on your monthly fees. Charging you fucking $7 for the ATM, that kind of shit. They're fucking you all the time. It seems like that's what... All right, Dallo, take care. It seems like nowadays with companies, they want to see how they can stick it up your yin-yang and twist it. And then instead of them saying, okay, is that good? No, they're like, you need to like this. You must like this. We're going to stick it to you, and you must like this. It's the only way that we do business. That's kind of what it seems like. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. If you take a Grab taxi from our house to Future Park, 496 baht. If you're lucky, you can get it for about 350 when there's no traffic. Don't make me laugh. So 500 baht, that's 1,000 baht. Now the kid has class, it's 5 times a week. So if he was going and coming back, that's 5,000 baht a week. But it's 2 hours. It's an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the traffic. each way. That's the real reason why he has a place. Because I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna pay 500 baht every time I come out here to see this kid. I'm like, sorry, there's gotta be a better way. So my wife starts looking around. She says, oh, you can go to Future Park. You can take a van, rotu. You can take a van, and this van will take you all the way to Anu Satwat Ichai, which is a Victory Monument. Anu Satwat Ichai, Satwat Apum, something like that. And then you take a taxi home, and I'm like, that still sounds like, isn't there any way to go straight to Bangkok? I'm like, I can't believe they don't go out to the Bangkok area. And she says, well, maybe, I don't know. So, you know, she went her way, and it cost like, well, I don't know, 200 baht altogether, which is still better than 500. And I go, I don't believe this bullshit. So yesterday, after I streamed, I went over to where there's a van, where the vans stop, and I said, now, is there a way for me to get to Bangkok? Because you go to the Victory Monument, is there a way for me to get all the way to Bangkok without taking a taxi? And the guy said, oh yeah, you just take a Songtao to Future Park, and then from Future Park, you take a bus. I said, okay. Now, the bus goes to Happyland Center, which is right across the street. I thought, okay, then I'll just jump on a Songtao. That's another 7 baht. So the Songtao home is 7 baht. The bus, or the Songtao, was 9 baht, and the bus was 8 baht, and then 7 baht for the Songtao to get home. Now, the thing is that I paid for both the first and second leg. That was 17 baht. Then I see the bus is going right by my house. I had to walk. I had to take a 5-minute walk from the bus station. I didn't go all the way to Happy Land. I didn't take a Songtao home. I'm like 17 baht. I looked at my watch, an hour and 30 minutes. I'm like, now, if there's no traffic and he comes at the right time, which I don't know if he could do that, you could maybe get it down to an hour and 20 minutes. I'm like, now we're getting to the point where I'm like, okay, so why does he need an apartment? But, you know, most of the time there's going to be more traffic than when I took it yesterday. And so it's not really worth it. It's going to take 2 hours each way. So it's not worth him commuting, and it's just, but you know, Alex is going to go visit him, and he's going to take the bus and the Songtao. And when they come back, they're going to take the Songtao and the bus. And it's going to cost them 17 baht. 17 baht versus 500 baht. And you know what? It's really no less comfortable to be riding on the bus or the Songtao than just in a taxi. It's about 32 kilometers or something like that. It's not all that far, but it takes a long time because of traffic. So, you know, that's something to think about when you're going somewhere. Man, there are always different ways to get around here in Thailand, and that's the one big bonus, is that you can get damn near everywhere. And it's probably not going to cost you more than $6 or $7. And so, you know, that's not too bad. But if you're lucky, it's going to cost you like, you know, a little under $1. So. So that's, you know, it's something to remember. And I know if you're in the United States, a lot of people don't like taking the bus. It's like, oh, no, only the poor people take a bus. That's not how it works here, though. you know, I mean, I'm not driving around in a Ferrari, but, you know, if I wanted to take the taxi, I would have taken the taxi. I just was like, man, I can't do this. I refuse to do this. So every time I go see my kid, or every time he comes home, we're gonna pay 1,000 baht. That's $30, man. $30 just for him to come home every weekend. That's what the wife wants him to come home every weekend. I'm like, maybe he should come home twice a month. You know, he doesn't need to come home every weekend. All right, so we're gonna talk here a bit. Let me see something here. Well, exactly. Weekends are for girls. Weekends are for going out with his buddies. And you know what? Hang on a second. I'm going to do something. He's got to have some time for himself, but I think that's kind of what he likes, is about having his own place, even if it is a little place. He just likes, hey, this is my place. I'm alone. I can hang out by myself alone. I could bring a friend over. I can bring a chick over. I can do whatever I want now. Like, he feels more grown up, you know. And meanwhile, Alex is like, you know, giving him shit. You can't imagine how much shit Alex is giving him. All right, so let's just talk about this here. Let's get this tourism tax thing out of the way. How does Thailand compare with other countries? Thailand plans to charge every visitor a 300 baht landing fee, Kayip Pandin, from April 1st, with the revenue collected to be used for tourism developing, including disabled-friendly tourist attractions. Well, I'd like to see that happen. I think that's fair, but I want to see it happen. The fee will also be used to provide tourists with medical coverage of 500 baht or 1 million baht in case of death. I don't know how they're going to pull that off. They have still not said where are the people going to be treated. Is it a government hospital? How are they going to do this? The plan sparked widespread criticism among both Thais and foreigners when it was revealed last month by Tourism and Sports Minister, that guy, Pipat Ratchakitpakan. I've said his name so many times it's easy for me to say it now. Pipat defended the move by explaining that the other countries such as Japan, Malaysia, and European nations also collect landing fees, but these are mostly included in flight ticket prices or accommodation fees. Research by news website Tansatakit found that up to 40 countries collect a landing fee, though the names, formats, and purposes of the schemes vary. Japan began collecting a sayonara tax in January 2019, charging every visitor 1,000 yen or $9.25, 290 baht. Fees included in air or sea tickets booked by all foreign visitors, regardless of nationality. Bhutan, that's 250 a day. We already talked about that. Malaysia and Indonesia both impose tourist tax. Malaysia is $23.94. Indonesia is $10. France, Germany, Spain, Switzerland, and Greece also charge, but they charge per day. Spain and Switzerland is about $3 a day. Greece is $4.57 a day. France is $5.71. Germany is $5.71. The U.S. imposes an occupancy tax of around 16.25% of your hotel fee, but this can vary from state to state. Nothing more than another cash grab, skimming opportunity for the bosses. I gotta tell you, when he got his room yesterday, I was asking, because I haven't talked to it about with my wife. I just said, how much should I expect to have to put forth every month? How much do I need, basically, to cover his nut? And she told me, and so I didn't even think of it. So then I said, is electric included? No, electric's not included. Is internet included? No, internet is 632 baht a month. Okay. Is water included? No, water is not included. I said, okay. I said, so it's 4,500 plus that. She said, oh, plus there's a service charge of 100 baht. And I'm like, a service charge for what? My Lou. There's a service charge. I'm like, to me that stinks. It really does, it stinks. It's like if I say to you guys, okay, you can stay at my hotel for 500 baht a night, but you know what? There's an extra 50 baht service charge every night, so you're paying 550. Wait, what's the service charge for? Because I need to make more money. Well, that's my first thought. I'm like, what the hell am I paying 100 baht? The thing is my wife acknowledged it. So, it wasn't like I went in the first time and took care of everything. She took care of everything. I didn't have to do a damn thing. I just said, how much? And are you sure he needs it? That's me. I'm the practical one. She's like, he needs a new Gibson Stratocaster. I'm like, what? What the hell's the matter with this little acoustic guitar? Oh, Alex needs a new amp. It's only 40,000 baht. I'm like, what? No. He doesn't need. I'm joking. I'm making that up. But that's a mother's mentality. It's not my mentality. My mentality is, oh, he needs that? Or no, he doesn't need it. He wants it. Get your ass to work. So he's already went looking for a job. This is how it works in Thailand. Send the kid out to work. He's gotta take responsibility there. He went and applied at some coffee shops. And then he met some senior who needs, is doing some dissertation or something, and he needs some help. And so Nicholas has got to contact him, and supposedly he can make some money from that. All right, so let's get back to this here. If I can figure out where I was. Or we're finished here. Meanwhile, the Thai Tourism and Sports Ministry estimates that Thailand could welcome up to 5 million foreign tourists in 2022, boosting revenue from the new landing tax by 1.5 billion baht. Now, that brings me to the next article. Thailand set for tourist rush with quarantine-free visas. They're not quarantine-free. That's bullshit. You're not allowed to go roaming around. You are in quarantine. It might be in your hotel room, but it's really not a quarantine-free. It's just, I love the way that they change the narrative to fit their. They change things to fit their own narrative. Thailand expects to welcome hundreds of thousands of holidaymakers a month with the kickoff of a quarantine-free visa program that is set to serve as a model for tourism reliant countries balancing safe border reopenings with economic revival. Now, somebody sent me, and I can't remember because I'm a little bit out there right now. I don't remember who it was, but just this morning somebody sent me a picture of an airplane going to Hua Hin, and there's nobody on the plane. It's empty. So how many people are flying there? I mean, yeah, granted, you don't need to fly to Hua Hin, you know, but... All right, so we already went over that one, but let's talk about this a little bit. Starting Tuesday, visitors of any nationality can apply for quarantine-free visa, quarantine-free entry into Thailand, provided they are fully vaccinated. The government expects between 200 and 300,000 travelers to take advantage of the so-called test and go and then test and go again program in February alone, with the numbers expected to swell in the following months. The wider reopening, a previous quarantine-free program, was restricted to visitors from only about 60 countries. Is part of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha's push to adopt a living with the COVID strategy to rescue the pandemic-battered economy. About a fifth of gross domestic product before the virus came from tourism-related activities. Oh, I don't know if that's the Peter. The Peter I know, the Peter Patia Bob knows. The Peter that was on the stream before, I don't know if that's him. Anyway, let me go on. Thailand moved up 18 places in Bloomberg's latest COVID resiliency ranking with its ramp up in vaccinations and taming of the Omicron-fueled outbreak. Listen, I gotta say something. How can I say this eloquently and bluntly at the same time? When you have restrictions to come into a country, I don't mean, oh, you have to be vaccinated. Okay, so here's my vaccination, let me come in. And I did say yesterday when I was going to Starbucks, I start going in and this guy comes up to me and he goes, where are you going? I'm like, why? He's like, he puts the QR code up to me. And I go, fuck off. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I'm like, he goes, where you go? I said, Starbucks. Am I allowed to go to fucking Starbucks? Jesus Christ, pal. So what they were doing is checking anybody coming onto the school grounds. But I was like, what the I mean, he was nice about it and everything, you know, like Thais are. And I didn't tell him to fuck off, but I was like, ugh. You know. So as long as you have this kind of thing going on, and as long as the mask is mandatory, how are they saying that everything's going to get back to normal? People are going to come running over here. It's like most of the people in this stream are like, fuck that, as long as you got to wear a mask there, I'm not coming back. I mean, you got a few people, you know, obviously, they're willing to come over. But the hotter it gets, the more of a bitch that it is to wear the mask. And I'm waiting for somebody to say something when I'm walking in the park or around the park, sweating my balls off, because I make it a point to sweat when I exercise. Whatever exercise I do, I try to sweat, at least a little bit. And when I go walking, you know, you're walking like 10 kilometers, you're bound to sweat in this heat. I'm drenched in sweat, and it's like, if I go out on the street and somebody goes, where's your mask? I'm gonna go, fuck off, I'm exercising. Get the fuck away from me. Excuse my bad attitude. But, you know, I wouldn't say it that way, but I'd say, I'm exercising. Can't you see that? Would you like me to put a mask over my sweaty ass face? I mean, what is the point? And there's no, today I saw somebody I'm walking back with my wife. I look over, there's a guy walking his dog in this, like, there's like a little park area. It was like just dirt, but it was a park. No grass, right? It was just a park. The guy's got his little dog over there. He's alone. There's nobody 200 feet from the guy. He's got 2 fucking masks on. And I'm going, and then every day I walk by this one particular group of moto drivers, and there's one guy, and I don't put my mask on. I got my mask is not on, and my wife's might be on, might not be on, because I'm sweating my balls off. And the guy just stares at me, and I'm like, you keep fucking staring, dude. It's not gonna make me put my mask on. I don't fucking feel like I have to put my mask on. Your own laws, your country's laws say if you're exercising, you don't need to wear the mask. That's why people in parks, on the whole, they are not wearing masks. Yesterday, when I was walking around, if you noticed, all those students, all the people walking around buying food and work, they all had masks on. They abide by the laws, whether they're ignorant laws or not. Let me see here. He feels empowered. Yes, my son does feel empowered, I'm sure. Nothing more than a cash grab. I already went over that. Hello, Mr. Roberts. For being Farang Dad. All right, let me go over it. Sounds like a resort fee in Vegas. Yeah, I never have understood that. It's 20% GDP from tourism. Yeah, it's right around that. 19-20%. Legality does not always equal intelligence either. The SHA plus hotels are upwards of $3,000 per person for one night. I think Andy said his was $7,500 for one night. I don't know where he's staying, but QR code. I saw the Danish government removed all restrictions as of late. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like if you want to learn to live with it, learning to live with it does not mean I have to wear my mask. It really bothers me now that I have to go outside and wear a mask. I'm sitting at this table, I don't need a mask. I get up and I walk around in the mall, I'm supposed to wear a mask. Okay, I'll wear it because everybody else is wearing it. And, you know, I know that eventually somebody will kick me out if I don't put the mask on. But if I'm outside, the majority of the time they can kiss my ass. You know. Here in Singapore, mandatory mask when you step outside your door. QR code check-ins and check-outs every place you go. Yeah, and you know, if you look over here, they still have it. In fact, over here, right there, that placard there, that has a code on it, so that people could just scan in and scan out. And the vast, I'd say 90% of people, 95% of people do not use it anymore. And if you don't have it on your phone, you don't have the app on your phone, you're supposed to sign in. And that doesn't happen either. It's strange, but it's just not working anymore here. England removed all restrictions last week, and now there are no mandatory jabs for healthcare workers. Well, I just said the other day that the workers in Suvarnabhumi Airport are getting their 4th jab, and it is mandatory. I mean, can't wait to get out of here. I can't, you know, listen, I've been thinking about it, and it's like, I really wish I could get out of here as well. I know some people might not understand it, but if anything, just get out of Bangkok. And I would go to Phuket, but it's not right in the it's not in the cards right now. We'll put it that way. That is the plan, fire dude. Total police state. Monitor everything you do. Yeah, I mean, and that's why there's part of me that does, as much as I want to go and go do something, and I feel like, man, I need something. I need that adrenaline buzz, man. I need that. Where am I going? What's this place gonna be? What's this place gonna be like? Is it gonna be cool? You know, oh, it's just like the place in Bangkok where I'm walking on the side of a mountain, or I'm in a kayak. You know, I mean, I want to do all these things, but it's just like, just like, well, listen, I go into the apartment yesterday, and they're like, oh yeah, you have to take a test. What test? And believe me, I said to Nicholas, I go, I'm not taking that fucking test. And he just looked at me like, you have to take it if you're going to stay here. If I was to go home, I wouldn't have to take it. But I didn't want to go home. I wanted to stay with him, spend the day with, But I'm thinking to myself, where's the logic behind this? Please explain it to me. Why I have to allow you to stick something in, you need to insert, or I'm doing the inserting. Why do I have to, at your request, insert something into my nostrils so that you feel comfortable that I don't have the virus, even though I have vaccines, and I don't know that you're tested, and I'm wearing a mask around this woman. And I just wanted to go, fuck off, lady. But, out of respect for Nicholas, I kept my mouth shut and said, okay. But now what happens if I test positive? As I said yesterday, I could have just sent a copy of his, his test that was negative. Changed the size of the photo a little bit, and she would have just looked at it and went, okay, you're both safe. But what if I was positive and I wanted to be, do the right thing? Oh, I'm gonna tell the government that I'm positive. And then what? Oh, sorry, you can't stay at home. We're gonna have to put you in some kind of a hospital or hospital. And then what? Oh, I'm going to have to pay for that? If my insurance doesn't cover it, which I'm not sure if my insurance will cover it. Supposedly it does. But you know how insurance companies are. I don't trust them. They're a bunch of thieving cunts themselves. Sorry, if you're in the insurance company, you're a thieving cunt. Here, does that express my feelings towards insurance companies? Insurance companies, governments, and I don't know. Give me a few minutes. Whoopi Goldberg. Neil Young. Soy Dog Cowboy. There he is. What's going on with you? Where are you? Still in FL? They are in bed together. Government mandates. Indeed, yep. Did you see, Soy Dog Cowboy, did you see any of Nicholas's apartment in the stream? Yeah, my mother told me it was in the 30s where my parents lived. She said it was in the 30s in Florida, and she was like, she couldn't believe it, Once in a while it gets like that, though. You did not. Nicholas is going to be very disappointed in you, Soy Dog. Actually, I'm going to put a little video up, a little 3-minute video or something of his apartment. I'll give some of the lowdown. I'll give some of the 411. No worries. But one thing, Soy Dog Cowboy, that they did make me do, she didn't make me do, she said, you need to do it if you're spending the night here. And that was get the anal swab. the nasal swab. Nicholas did his first, and he was negative, and I said, all right, so does this go in my nose or up my ass? Is this the Chinese version? Which one is it? Oh, God. Nah, I don't really follow it. I know what's going on there, and okay, good for them. You know, I think Trudeau's a bit of a moron. Why is it all the leaders? I mean, granted, hindsight is 2020. It's easy for us to be armchair quarterbacks, but why is it the majority of people in the government now, they're a bunch of dumb fuckers? Why is that? Why, you know, I mean, I don't think I'm the brightest guy, but like sometimes I go, why the fuck are they doing this? Whose brilliant idea was this? That always happens. All right, now people, things are starting to liven up here, Gennaro. Got a little barista on the way there. There you go. Barista for you, Gennaro. Right there. You know, there's always the baristas for Gennaro. Thick barista. So do you think you're going to be coming back here, Soy Dog Cowboy, in Mesayon? Or you're not sure yet? Let's see here. It's that's a little bigger than Pumpuy. It's a fine balance. I'm not going to say anything because I know there'll be people giving me shit about it. It's a fine balance between tourism recovery and public health, said Marissa Sukoson Nunbakdi, president of the Thai Hotels Association. We have to create confidence among, you know, I could read this and be such a smartass. I could be what the hell's that guy's? Ron Burgundy in Thailand. We have to create confidence among the Thai society as there's still a large group of people hesitant about foreign travelers. Well, fuck them. What are they hesitant about foreign travelers for? Oh, they might come and bring us something. Oh, God. Lick my balls. How's that, honey? Lick my balls. Now get the fuck out of here. Eat taint. You know, I think I'm gonna have to shut this down right now. And the way I'm gonna do that is quite simple. And you guys who are doing this, it's the same person probably. They could go fuck themselves and go bury their face in the starfish, the little brown chocolate starfish. There we go. Let me see this. Oh, God. Whoa, man, Mr. Peru. You're a fucking creative guy, aren't you? I can tell you're so creative. Fucking moron. Let's see here. And I'll continue. Let us continue. Now, sorry for all you people who are not subscribed and, you know, but, you know, I don't know what to say. It's the way it goes. We have to create confidence among the Thai society as there's still a large group of people hesitant about foreign travelers. If other nations are still hesitant, they can come and look at the Thai Test and Go model. You know, the Prime Minister and many in the government, they have been just puffing their chests out, acting like they are the greatest thing. Oh, fuck me. You know, it's not because of them. It's their people. The people are wearing their masks, they're getting vaccinated. It's not the government going, okay, you know, you guys, we're not gonna allow people in. Ugh, that has a little bit to do with it. All these people are vaccinated now, and they're like, fuck you. We're not sick. The vast majority of them aren't dying. It's just ridiculous. And yet, oh, I'm going to take all the credit. The government expects 5 million foreign tourists this year, with the majority of arrivals expected from Europe and the United States. And the number may reach 9 million if Chinese and Indian tourists return, according to government spokesman Thanakorn Wangbunkongchana. The outlook will remain hazy for the next few months, especially in terms of attracting travelers from China. The biggest group of visitors to Thailand before COVID, according to Tim Lilahapan, a Bangkok-based economist at Standard Chartered. Still, the reopening should help Thailand swing back to a current account surplus of about 1.5% of GDP this year, although the level will be below the average before the pandemic, he said in a report. Thailand has experimented with several plans over the past 2 years to revive the travel sector, and all of them have fucking failed. Oh, that's not what it says. Which attracted 40 million foreign tourists and generated more than 60 billion in 2019. Listen, I can tell you that probably 59 billion of that money went to the pussy. I said it. It went to the guys in the go-go bars and taking their girls around buying them gold. It was pussy related. 39 million foreign tourists, pussy related, and 59 billion in 2019, pussy related. Can I say pussy? Oh, triangle. About 350,000 visitors took advantage of the first phase of the Test and Go program before it was suspended in last December to prevent the spread of the oh so dangerous, virulent, deadly Omicron variant. Thailand is among the world's top tourist destinations because of all the beautiful attractions and the value for money. Plus, the women are... No, he didn't say that. Or she, I don't know. But the government should try to instill confidence among travelers that the policies won't change again. Well, there is no fucking confidence. That's the thing. There's no confidence. I still don't believe you. You're a fucking woman. I'm not gonna believe you for shit. How's that sound? Especially with your mentality. I got a hard time believing you, honey. But okay, keep doing what you're doing. It's all good. I'm so tired of masks. Restrictions out of hand. Yes. Carlos, you must have a negative RT-PCR test within 48 hours to be able to enter the stream. You don't need to have shit. You can be infected. It doesn't matter. I'm going to let you in. You know why? Because this is my fucking stream. It's my country. The triangle, yes. I'm exempt, Carlos. I got the antibodies. I just want to travel. I'm not vaccinated. I'll take my chances like Lee Majors. I believe you now, Mrs. Misso. My sister and family all got sick. Half the tests came back negative. All sick at the same time. 50% false negative rate. This stream's This stream's monitor lizard reserves the right to conduct a Chinese COVID rectal swab to ensure the safety of all subscribers. However, here we go again. Can I get in? No, I can't get in. How do I get into the Starbucks? Is there a way in? There's all these doors in there. I can't get in. Maybe they just had the cold or the flu. Listen, I still have a sneaking suspicion that when they decided that my kids had dengue fever, they might have had the COVID. Really. Because I didn't see no streams and no little prickly marks and all that stuff. And for all we know, it could have been, it could have been anything. My ass assistant Chuck is in charge of that, Carlos. The rectal swabs. Can you imagine that, though? Listen, we got to talk about rectal swabs. Let's get on that subject right now. Let's jump on it. Rectal swabs. Do you want one? And imagine, can you really imagine somebody can you imagine somebody going into a little room with the immigration guy, and he's got like a nurse or a doctor there. Okay, no, my kids didn't get sick. None of us got sick. Okay, and yeah. Can you imagine you go in the room and they're like, okay, this doctor is gonna take care of you. Pull your pants down. And you're like, what? Really? I gotta pull my pants down? Yeah. And can you imagine, imagine you get some guy or girl who's, not all that into hygiene. I mean, you better be at least wearing an N95, because when you're digging around in somebody's anus, excuse me, I mean, it doesn't smell like flowers. What are they doing? What are they doing in that little room, spraying Lysol as they're digging in? I just can't even imagine that. But then this is coming from somebody who can't even imagine what the hell is it called? A colon test? There's absolutely no one on this planet gaining access to my hoop at any stage whatsoever. Listen, I don't even, every test that I've taken, physical that I've had, I always make sure that I get the physical that does not have the stool sample. They don't need to get that from me. And if they want it so bad, let me just do my business and I'll leave, and they can get it however they want. But I'm not messing around with that. Keyword barista. Foul territory. Exit only. Off limits. All right, so let me see here. Hotels are being tasked with checking bookings. Hotels must verify each Thailand Pass booking within 30 hours of visitors' registration. Hotels must verify each Thailand Pass booking within 30 hours, or visitors' registration will be automatically rejected according to the new procedures aiming at monitoring RT-PCR tests. The reopening of the test and go scheme, keyword scheme, depends on monitoring 100% of the RT-PCR results, and we have to encourage more tourists to download the Mochana app. Yesterday I decided I'm gonna put the Facebook and the Twitter back on. It makes it so much easier. I put it on, and then I was like, you know what, fuck this, what am I doing? Deleted it right away. I put it on for 1 minute, and I went in and I was like, why am I doing this? I don't need it, fuck this. I don't want more apps on my phone, I want less. I certainly don't want the Mochana. New arrivals must take a second RT-PCR test at hotel 5 days after landing in the country, and you also have to have a room booked. To ensure guests paid for the second test and hotel room before taking their trip, hotels have to verify their bookings within 30 hours after reservation data is sent by the Foreign Ministry, which is responsible for Thailand pass registration. Siripakon Cheo Samut, TAT Deputy Governor for Marketing Communications, said the new procedure called Thailand Pass Hotel and Swap System. Yeah, everybody's going to remember all these campaign names. TPHS is designed to help track tourists and contain the possible spread of COVID-19, connecting data from all related parties and updating it for effective analysis. For locals and foreigners who live in Thailand, there are sufficient choices for the fifth-day booking, as there are 2,247 SHA Extra Plus hotels in 39 provinces that can handle bookings with RT-PCR. If they cannot find such a hotel in their hometown, they can travel to a nearby province. So, it seems like they're pretty strict. I check beer's oil. I'll make sure to tell her. Imagine getting off a 27-hour trip by air and being compressed with gas and airplanes food, and someone sticking a swab up your toot and you spraying them. I don't need to be on a plane for 27 hours to do that. Oh, God. Really, I don't need to be on a plane for that. Busy works to seem important. Total waste of time and energy. Yeah, well, I agree. Listen, we'll just, you know what? We need to keep some doctors and nurses busy. Let's make it mandatory that that the people entering the country at this particular location all have to have their assholes checked with a swab. When you think about it, it's, hey, I'm gonna stick this thing up your anus. Don't worry, I'll do it lovingly. I'll turn it gently and lovingly. I'm hoping for Taipei to open in March so I can enter Vietnam and then fly to Thailand, March or April, hopefully no test and go. Shit happens. Yes, Bob, are things picking up over there in the land of, well, I don't know what's the land of anymore. Walking Street? Tree Town? They go to check Chucky and a hamster jumps out. Ew. I never did like that whole hamster thing. That's disgusting. Seems to be. When are they going to open up the go-go's and beer bars? That's what everybody wants to know. That's what inquiring minds want to know. When? All right, well, we got a little lull. I got to tell another little story. The other day I was telling you about how I crossed the street. My wife was giving me shit because she cares. And because she's about the only one that can get away with it. At least for the short term, she can get away with it. When there was a motorcycle coming, and the motorcycle came close to me, and she went over about the cop who hit the doctor and killed her, and now somebody else, I guess in Pattaya, got hit and has a broken leg or whatever. And so today, I'm walking, and I see over, like, to my right, I see that there's a car coming. And so I see I can make it, so I just go. And my wife goes, You didn't see the car? I said, I did see the car. That's why I went. She goes, you could have got hit. I go, I could have, but I didn't. And she's like, do you want me to stop telling you this? Really? I do it because I don't want you getting hurt. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can stop. I'm a grown man. I've been around for 60 friggin' years. I've been around longer than you, and I haven't been hit by a car. So give me the benefit of the doubt. She's like, sometimes I just think you know, when you're walking, you're not really concentrating. And I'm like, okay. That's the only thing I can do. I can just go, okay. Yeah, if you say so, honey. I don't know. You know, that's one thing about having a wife. They tend to know you better than you know yourself. But sometimes they think they know you and they really don't. They know what you're thinking, and you're like, that's not what I'm thinking. You know, I'm thinking of, you know, big bowl of pad thai when I get home, and she thinks I'm thinking about something completely different. I do it too. I don't feel like shooting anyone when I'm high. Well, you know, that's what it's for. That's why people invented drugs, to escape real life. All right, so where was I? I think I finished this one. Oh, this was the quarantine-free visa rush. Does anybody really think there's going to be a mad rush to get into the country? I don't think so. The main problem in the early stages of Test and Go late last year was a system that was not linked between three parties. He said tourism operators reported weak points and unexpected flaws in the process. Well, I can tell you that when it comes to Thailand's ability to make websites that aren't fucked up and that work all the time, and their ability to make apps that actually work, it's not very good. They're not the best at this. They're pretty bad at it. Go to a Thai website, go look around, and chances are there's going to be something that doesn't work. Sorry, but that's my anecdotal experience. I say sorry because maybe somebody out there is a website designer for Thailand. I don't know. Related authorities said they already acknowledged the problems. We hope they will fix them properly. We hope. He said tourists were sometimes granted a QR code from Thailand Pass to enter the country despite lacking a hotel, airport transfer, or an RT-PCR test booking. Oh, that sounds great. Why do I have to have these things if I can just bypass everything on the website? Many of them were unable to download Mochana, the central tracking app, because of technical problems, said Mr. Tanet. There were also unstable back-end systems that frequently broke down, while some hotels were unable to fill booking data, he said. You know, I know we're human and mistakes are made and this kind of stuff, but shouldn't they check this stuff before it goes online? Well, go ahead, guys. Enjoy. I about to call it a night. What do you got now? 5 weeks before you come back? All right, I'm gonna say it again. I gotta do my little thing here. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell, check the description for one of the many ways that you can help support the channel, because everything on this channel, almost for the entire time I've been online, is supported by you, the viewers. And there are many in here who already support the channel, so for you lurkers out there, You can also come in and chat. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. But leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. You know, click one of those little buttons down there. One of those links. There's all kinds of cool things down in the description. Carlos, take it easy. Sweet dreams. Dream of Thailand. I'm gonna see if I can get our barista over here in a minute, because I know Gennaro needs it. She's a bit busy. They're both busy. I think they have a lot of the. There's only one girl over here ahead. Good night, Carlos. There's nobody else in the place. There's myself and this girl in the corner, and then the employees here. And the mall is open already. At least the grocery store portion of the mall is open already. People are coming in. And let's see if this guy tries to come in again. He's going to try to come in over at this door. Nope. I thought he was. Maybe he is. Maybe he's gonna put his bag. He's gonna put his bag down and he's gonna try to open up. Barista break. Where did you get this infatuation? How come he can get in but I can't? I have to laugh every time somebody tries to get in. One day, mark my words, somebody is going to push on that door and they're going to break the door. Some big guy or some big gal is going to push that door so hard, they just think it's open, and they're just going to push it to get through, and then the thing's going to break. It was a good day. I got approved from my permanent residency in Mexico. I didn't have to whip out my AK. Well, that's good. That's good. So how long are you good to go there? Permanently? Forever? Is that what you think you're going to do? You're going to live there forever, or what? Curious to know. I wish it was that easy here. Seriously. It's actually more expensive than Mexico as well. I don't know how many people they allow to get permanent residency in Mexico. I don't know that I'd want to be a permanent resident of Mexico, but maybe, you know. I like Mexico. And obviously you must, or you wouldn't have got your permanent residency. You wouldn't have tried. Not to live there permanently, but come as I please. Yeah, okay. I understand that. Which sometimes I think about that in with Thailand, but ooh, I'm just looking at the at YouTube, the page that I have my chat on, and down a little ways it says Megyn Kelly to Whoopi Goldberg. How dare you? The truth about COVID hysteria harming our kids. So I think, listen, Whoopi Goldberg has been a piece of shit, in my opinion. for many years. Not only that, she's a freaking cow. Am I allowed to say that? She's a cow. Oh, I forgot all about that. What's going on with Andy? Does anybody know? Is he landed? I would suspect he's landed already, and he's in his room, waiting for his test. Let's see here. Anybody? All right, let me read this about the Thailand is poised to join the global rush for virtual banks. I want to see, what is this? The Bank of Thailand says it plans to issue guidelines for digital banks. Now, I don't know, does that mean cryptocurrency or does that mean something else? Thailand is preparing rules for setting up a virtual bank set to join peers, including Singapore and Malaysia, in promoting financial technology to spur competition and wider access to banking services. The Bank of Thailand plans to issue guidelines for digital banks by June and may allow existing lender and new applicants to seek licenses. The central bank also plans to scrap a limit on investment by commercial banks in financial technology, except digital assets, she said. By the way, if you hadn't heard, Thailand was planning on charging people, which is, that's, to me, I'm like, really? 15%? So now, apparently, as of yesterday, they have decided to scrap that. And so, for now, there will be no tax. No cryptocurrency tax. The first and fifth day confirmation from a hotel via TPHS should help ensure tourists who already paid for rooms and tests will not miss their appointments. Well, the second test might be necessary for the early stages of new test and go. In the long run, such restrictions should be removed or replaced with a cheaper method, such as antigen test kit. This is the lady who runs the Thai hotel organization. What's it called here? Thai Hotels Association. Surprised Andy isn't in the chat. Well, maybe he is unable to join us right now. Who knows? Maybe he's got shitty internet. Maybe he's still on the move. Maybe he's already got his test result and he's out somewhere. Who knows? I'll meet him in the next couple of days, but I'm believe it or not, I am a little busy right now. But I will meet him in the next couple of days, assuming he doesn't test positive. Cross your finger on that one. I'm sure that he wouldn't be too happy about that. Let's see here. All right, here's a piece that I thought was kind of important to at least look over. And this is from the Bangkok Post. It's called "Thailand Needs New Ways of Governance." Let's see here. So if COVID is killed by alcohol and COVID resides in the back of the throat, what about in the asshole where the swab test goes? Then bars should be open to kill COVID by drinking alcohol. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? That's the thing, What happens if it's in your asshole? Is the alcohol going to kill it? Anyway, Thailand needs a new ways of governance. Let me read this. To survive the post-COVID economy, Thailand needs to launch new ways of growth by upskilling and reskilling its workforce, investing in a green economy. Now that's a wise move. And bridging social disparities through a universal welfare system. Their welfare system is pretty lousy. Their government social security is similar to Social Security, is lousy, quite bad. And the green, I still need to get out there to Chao Phraya, sorry. I need to get out there to the Chao Phraya and check out those electric boats. Supposedly they're going to be putting electric boats on the canal that runs behind the mall here, and that would, electric boats versus the boats they got out there now would go very, very far, because the boats that are running now just are absolutely filthy. They pollute the air, they pollute the canal even more than it's polluted. So maybe what they can do is somehow they can clean up the canal and they can put the electric boats on there and never allow those diesels again, and then that will help a little bit. But I think if they want to get all these wealthy visitors, they need to make this a place that is very, very efficient and clean. I think clean goes a long way, and there's a hell of a lot of rats and that kind of stuff, and dirt and garbage. And I think they need to work hard towards cleaning that up and making things better. Thailand pretty much do what the people who donate most of their military equipment for the last 40 odd years. I mean, does they? Yeah, so I guess 21 people died yesterday. What is this? New tarantula found here in Thailand. Boy. First new species ever found in Tak. It was in Tak. It's a new species of tarantula. 1,000 meters up. It's the first such discovery in 104 years. It's a bamboo-dwelling spider. And it's called Toxinus bombus. Only 31% of unspoiled forested areas remain in Thailand, posing an existential risk for the species. They better get it together. Get green, get it together, Let's see here. Sorry. Without effective ways to drive growth, how can Thailand deal with the challenges in an age of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity? Perhaps a bigger question is how to reform Thailand's laggard bureaucracy, already tasked to manage the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Judged from past performance, the country's bureaucratic state has miserably failed. Amid the pandemic, bureaucratic red tape partly caused long delays in vaccine procurement, which have been blamed for unnecessary deaths and colossal economic losses. We forget about that it took them forever to get damn near forever to get the vaccines here. Here we go. This is what I like to hear. Air pollution is another example of state failure to tackle complex, multifaceted problems. Although air pollution has been a public health hazard for over 15 years, involved state agencies have failed to come up with a coordinated and effective way to tackle sources of pollution, such as farm waste burning, vehicle exhaust, and industrial emissions. Instead, the government relies on superficial gimmicks such as spraying water into the air or making artificial rain. Yeah, that's spraying water into the air. That doesn't work very well. The crux of the problem lies in a bureaucratic state overloaded with rigid rules and burdensome regulations. We can include in the state officials' silo mentality, coupled with an inward-looking mindset that's unreceptive to external actors' innovative ideas and advice. It's an old-fashioned organization with a mindset that has become increasingly obsolete. Basically, the government needs an overhaul. That's what they're saying. All right, what is this here? Is benzene gas still available? I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't really know, but I don't think so. Time flies when you're having fun. A new governance style is needed. One option is to shift towards a networked government with adaptive and collaborative abilities. A networked government's operations are flexible with cross-agencies collaborations. It's result-oriented with more trial and error experimenting and learning. Let's see what networked governments look like in practice. During the pandemic, the United States set up a cross-agency collaboration called Operation Warp Speed that cut red tape to speed up research and development for vaccine production. Admitting a risk of failure, it also made co-investments with pharmaceutical companies and purchased contracts in advance. As a result, the vaccines were available within a year, much faster than the average period of 10 years for vaccine production. Wow. Another example was how the local government in the city of Louisville, Kentucky, dealt with air pollution affecting residents with asthma. To do this, a startup company was asked to develop electronic inhaler sensors used for asthma treatment. Analyzing data on inhaler use combined with air quality data and other information, the company was able to warn asthma sufferers on a daily basis on what polluted affected areas to avoid. As a result, the number of emergency respiratory patients decreased significantly. All right, take it easy, man. Yeah, they need to get their shit together. Salaries of central government agencies or provincial offices account for 60% and 21.7% respectively, while of the total public employees in 2020, 18.3% were for local government. To me, it sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook. I mean, it's a long article that basically is meant to say Thailand's government really needs to get their shit together. So, there it is there. Now, we've already had our obligatory poop talk, I guess. You're talking about the swab. So I don't know what else we got to talk about. Maybe the stream has run its course. Let's see, we got anything else? Anything breaking right now? Yeah. Gonna need to get myself an espresso. Let's see. Okay, over 23,000 travelers registered for the Test and Go scheme on day one of the launch. Also, the US CDC has issued a level 4 very high risk travel advisory for the Philippines. So for those of you guys who are like, oh, go to the Philippines. Well, level 4 over there. Just let you take a look here. Let me sit back for a second. Relax. Yeah, that's good. Well, guys. I guess that's the end of the line today. It is the end of the stream. Time to go. Anybody got anything to talk about? Any questions, comments? Let me know now or forever hold your peace. Otherwise, I would have liked to get our little barista over here to say hello to you guys, but she's a little bit busy. They're all busy. Can't stop yawning. I haven't had enough espresso today, I guess. I had 2 double espressos already. All right, so I guess we just, what we have now? 41 people watching. We got 41 lurkers with nothing to say. Pretty freaking sad. Pretty sad. Okay. Time to say goodbye. thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate it. Until next time, I am Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. And all I have to say is Chok Di Leo Jerkan Mai, which is what? Which is good luck and see you later. All right, guys? I'll give you another couple of minutes. You can people watch as they come in. And then I will click the button